Yo,
Hey, hey,
how's it going?
what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
Cool. I don't know if you saw that document,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna look at it.
okay, cool. I'm gonna send you a different link because I just forked it, so it was in my notes previously in a different area. I just dropped it in the chat.
Okay.
I think it's a good starting point. Can be added. More can be added.
Oh, the metacartel meeting's going on too.
Yeah, I think this will be fast though, and then we could jump over there. I know it's more of an open discussion. The metacartel one is.
Where's the? Is this the one that Shatner posted? Is this the same one?
I didn't see what Shatner posted. Sorry. Where did he post that?
And apprentice lobby. Oh no, there he is. Hey.
Oh, you are muted. I'll unmute you. Hey, David.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there?
Awesome.
Getting the long hair too, I see.
Yeah, it was like an
That's
inch.
a haircut.
It was like an inch too long when this all started. Now it's like 3 inches too long. So
If you come to one of our conferences, you'll have an opportunity to shave your head. So
there you go.
seems to be a metacartel thing. Do you know? Are you familiar with metacartel, David?
No, I'm not.
Okay, cool.
Like I come to all of this from a very different angle, I think, than a lot of people in this organization would come from. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Good. Diversity of perspectives is strength.
yeah, and my primary I'm not necessarily an evangelist for like a Web3 platform, right? Like I think it's cool and I want to learn it, but
Yeah. Well, you might be in time. You might see some possibilities. Yeah. We'll indoctrinate you.
okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Lauren, Lucas, Adian. I think this is it. This covers it. Paulina can't make it today, but I'm recording for her. So yeah, can everyone hear? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is super informal. We're just putting this together. I've just posted a document into the chat there. Hopefully everyone can see it. So I know sometimes if you jump in late, you can't see it.
Which
But
channel?
right here in the Zoom link.
Oh, the Zoom. Okay.
Yeah, I'll post it again.
I just popped back to Discord.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so basically there are a slew of resources that we've kind of outlined for people to get started inside the guild to deploy their own raids, to do client raids and stuff like this. And I've gone down the list of what has been created so far. It doesn't mean that's the only way that things go. It just means that it's the way we found success. And so it's kind of the way we've outlined it for now. So yeah, going through the list, I would recommend just like reading down the list. This is a super fast and easy outline, but you can do many things now that you're in the guild. One is start your own raids, whether that's like a client raid or an internal raid. Client raids are usually what?
Quickly, just like a quick. Oh, I was just gonna say. I think I've met everyone here, but welcome to the people that weren't on last week's roundtable, which is our weekly meeting. So yeah, basically what we are is like this networking group of developers and product people trying to get stuff done in kind of more of a decentralized way, dog food as much as possible. So just in case you're brand new and wanted to know a little more on a larger scale, and I'll let you keep going, Naylor. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I probably I should I haven't met a few of you guys yet, so sorry I jumped right into it. My brain's like shooting all over the place. So I mean, why don't we just do a quick round of intros? That way it'll be easier. Deacon, you want to start?
Sure. Hi, I'm Deacon. I work with Odyssey Automation. We're a dev team uh, that started a couple years ago. We work on Web 2 and Web 3 projects, a lot of Web 3 stuff and a lot of the DAO stuff. Was one of the first members of Metacartel, which we can give a quick explanation of what that group is too later, but basically one of the first kind of DAOs in the space that took more of a smaller, more like hyper local and a decentralized way, kind of community first DAO, and has been really successful and has done some really cool stuff. Raid Guild's kind of a branch off of Metacartel, and anyways, I'm a developer, and this has been a fun experiment, and super stoked you guys are joining.
I'll go. My name's Yaler, and I'm also a member of Metacartel, and I do community and kind of PM and stuff like that with Raid Guild, as well as a few other organizations, projects I would call them. Metagame is one of them, and it's I'm focused on like content and community engagement and like operations. So I mean, I've been a member of Raid Guild since I found out about it at ETH Denver, and so kind of also like dog fooding these processes as we're setting them up, and like you guys are helping me set them up because I'm doing that like for myself at the same time. David, you want to go next? Dave, sorry. Sure.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I'm new, clearly, because I'm here. I have a lot of experience. I'll phrase it that way, and I'm old. And my main interest for being here is I'm really burnt out and tired of the way work is traditionally structured. It always seems like it always becomes very political, or you get tied up in bureaucracy. It's never about delivering value, in my opinion, or rarely about delivering value. So I'm definitely looking to make a shift in the way that I work, in the way I support myself. So Deacon's an old friend of mine, and he says, "Hey, I'm doing this thing." So I'm like, I'll check it out. Here I am.
Awesome. Welcome. You guys can just go as you want.
Yeah, what's up? My name is Lucas. I may have met a couple of you guys at ETH Denver. I'm new to Raid Guild, but in terms of like experience, I've spent the past 2 or 3 years now working alongside another Raid Guild member, Cooper, doing like advisory for token startups and early blockchain companies. Now I'm predominantly working for a DeFi lending rates news analytics site called DeFi Rate. And then I'm actively contributing to a handful of newsletters in the space, namely like Bankless, our network. And then I just actually got on board to the Defiant last week. So in terms of like skills, like I'm pretty much in the like research analytics and then like marketing, community development, content creation kind of bucket. So super stoked on this and really bullish on DAOs right now. And appreciate you guys, letting me join and really stoked to see how this plays out.
Hey, this is Aiden. I'm also new to Raid Guild, but I've been aware of it since it started. I've been doing a bunch of things in the Ethereum and blockchain space for the last few years, ranging from being a developer on different projects to sales, to running my own agency, to product and UX stuff. And so I was curious to join Raid Guild to see also what cool projects are going on and cool people to work with.
Cool. And Aiden, is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool. So we missed your proposal. We had like 30 proposals come in because we were doing this migration. So no one voted on your proposal, not because no one wanted you to join, but because we were just it just got swamped in all the other proposals. Usually we don't have this many all at once.
Yeah, have
So
you checked it today, Deacon? Because I just voted on it, and it shows in my UI that the vote went through.
oh, maybe did we redo it?
Yeah, it shows like
It's showing a grace
I haven't
period.
looked. I'm checking it.
Can you vote in the grace period?
You shouldn't be able to.
I mean,
Oh,
check it out.
yeah, okay. You shouldn't be able to, but it
Okay,
just
well, we
left
can
it.
fix that, but it went through.
Yeah. Yeah, so the vote, your transaction probably failed.
Oh, okay. So it just shows in the UI.
We'll just need to do another proposal, and Aiden, I can show you how to withdraw your original deposit. It's on your account page under internal
Okay.
balances. So once the grace period's finished, you'll be able to do that, which is going to be another day or two. Sorry about that.
Cool. No worries.
Yeah, we're still the whole interface to the DAO has kind of been a bunch of hackathons and projects, so we're still working on it. It's in active development, so there could be bugs for sure, especially the small V2, which is brand new.
Yeah.
One
right.
more. Lauren is here, yeah?
Yo, how's it going? My name is Lauren Spear. I am super stoked to be here. I think this is just totally wild and crazy way to organize people. I work in government. I work at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. I work in the division of strategy and performance. And basically I just do like data analytics, and I work a lot in Tableau. I get to do some fun data science projects. Yeah, so just super happy to be here. I like to trade Ethereum in my spare time. And that's kind of how I know about this type of stuff. And also through Deacon. Deacon has really educated me a ton on it. But, after hanging out in the Discord for the last week or so, I realized there's a fuck ton more for me to learn.
Awesome. Sweet. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really need to run through this. I really wanted to just make this an opportunity for you guys to ask questions. If you have questions, if there's anything that's unclear, if you want to know about the way we've been structuring things, like we like to think of this as an autonomous, self-driven thing, right? Like you decide how you want to work in this space or in this networking group, as Deacon called it, and you organize how you see fit, and we provide as much resources as we can.
Yeah, it's kind of like the real value that I get from this, and I think a lot of us do, is just the connections you start to build. And then, we work on fun projects, so you can just find people to team up with and bounce ideas off, vet ideas, find places where your skills fit in. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we really need to read through this, but there is kind of this lingo that, a lot of our lingo is kind of like based around D&D campaigns. So that's where like the raid comes from, and each of us have kind of like a role that our class that we fit into it, and those are the classes that are in Discord. So you might like see the dark wizard or something, maybe a backend Solidity developer, and we have just different like roles there.
And I put down at the bottom, you guys can assign those roles to yourself, as many as
nice.
are applicable.
Yeah, and if there isn't one for your thing, then just we'll talk about it and we can add another one.
Yeah.
And then like to quickly go through these, like the client raid is going to be like an external client basically. So we have clients that come and approach us, and they want to hire us to do something. And when that happens, then we'll put together a team. Someone usually takes a lead in that kind of setup, and then just tries to find available resources throughout us. And then once that team's formed, you guys basically go manage that project on your own. The front tavern is kind of our client facing people. So those are going to be like the people that are doing the project management and developer wayfinding and getting the the team ready for the clients, and then they'll hand it off to the back tavern, which will actually do the development. And like I said, again, it's kind of once you're working for a client, you guys are like your own kind of independent team doing that. We've just kind of helped guide that. The other side of this is internal raids, or the one other thing on client raids. I mean, if you know of a client and you're looking for more resources, you can also come into the guild and see if anyone would like to work with you. The internal raids are more things that we use. This is what our like membership fees. We've all spent the same money to join, and so that all goes into the shared bank for the DAO, and we can decide on how to spend that money together through proposals. So the last few ones, we've done some stuff with onboarding. Yaler's been helping with getting some new members. So the ops stuff has kind of been important over the last 2 months to get us where we are. Now we're starting to flow a little more. We just finished another internal raid for Moloch Minions, which is a smart contract kind of thing, so that the guild can like do external contract functions. It's really flexible, and like on the easiest example use case we're doing right now is we're issuing a 721. So the guild can actually vote on issuing like achievement and certificate awards, which I don't know, does that give a 721 certificate more weight because the entire DAO has agreed that this person deserves it. So yeah, we do a lot of things like experiments like that. So if you have a fun idea, then that's that usually you can bounce it off people, get it built up, and then you create a RIP, which is our raid guild improvement process or proposal. And when you do an RIP, you basically put it up into our GitHub. We have a page for that, and you can kind of follow the template, and it's kind of the first step in making a proposal. All right, we don't have a ton of money in our bank, so proposals are usually pretty small, and we're looking for kind of those quick prototypes that can get some market research and see if there's a fit, or even just fun things for us to do to dog food Ethereum with. Yeah, so do you want to go into any more details on stuff, Yaler?
I don't think I need to. I put this together. I would just like field questions if anyone has questions, and like don't be afraid if they're like they seem like silly questions. Just ask them. It's better to just get it out.
Yeah.
There.
Like I'm kind of looking for like a real easy way for myself to, or maybe me and Dave or something, to like do something. And I don't know what that is, and I want it to be kind of easy because like definitely see that I have like a lot to learn. Just even the vocabulary here is kind of way above my head here. I've never really even worked on like a web project before. I understand a lot of the stuff, but like it's kind of foreign to me. So I'd like a very like kindergarten level place for me to start, just so I can kind of grasp things. Do you guys have any recommendations about how potentially I could do that?
I mean, you and I have a fairly good personal relationship, Lauren. So I would so I would say, as someone who has 20 years of experience, like reading some of this raid guild stuff, like the structure of it makes a lot of sense. But like I said, like I'm a baby when it comes to Web3 stuff. And the Web3 for me even adds a level of confusion to it. So but I can usually sort of, I mean, I would have to talk to someone, but like I'm making a lot of like intuitive guesses on what some of these things mean. And I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
But I could definitely like you should feel free to reach out to me, and I can like walk you through like here's like the way software projects have been run for 30-40 years, and then and then those concepts sort of map into this new way of doing things this way. Like I could certainly like definitely.
Let me just ask for clarification, Lauren. Are you looking for like to be on the development team of a raid? Like you want to like actually work on the code, like, or you want to do like analytics? Like what role do you want to start learning, or start like where do you want to get started?
Yeah, definitely on that. I mean, my strengths are in analytics and strategic planning. So, I mean, the one thing I always look for anytime I even think about like understanding a company or an idea is I look for what their, you know, their mission, their values, what their goals are, and how clear they are, um, and then what, you know, what is, you know, what are they trying to accomplish here, you know, in, you know, one or two sentences. So
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm like, I get really help here. I mean, you guys have a lot of talent here, but I'm not seeing like what outside of just like developing Web3 and Ethereum 2.0 or whatever. I'm not seeing like a real clear like path for me to be like, oh, I'm going to get on this path and bring whatever I can with me to help you guys achieve this goal type work. It's pretty
What
for me, what you guys are, what we're trying to do here.
I think that's a really good point, and actually me and Yaler have talked about a little bit on how to get like some easy first type of issues that at least like you could participate in.
Right.
I know actually that Sam was looking for someone on the Dow House analytics, so that would kind of be like probably considered an external raid that Dow House would hire you to do through the raid guild. But so that's one place. So I'd say like if you've talked to Sam, continue that conversation, and then even what you're talking about. I mean, these kind of ops things are important too, and so like bring up that discussion because that's something that can inform the way we do things. And like so, if it's the first issues kind of thing is one angle, but like you're saying, like having more.
Yeah, like synthesizing that mission statement stuff, like that's stuff that perhaps, you know, we have less experience with, or the current members have less experience with. So like if that's a place where you think you can add value, then let's deploy a raid for it. We can be an internal raid, and we can like talk about like what are the high level stuff, what have we experienced, like synthesize some documents. That could be a good starting point.
I think I could bring real value there, because I mean, basically my job is I go to different divisions within the Public Health and Environmental Regulatory Agency, and I help them kind of pick one thing that they need to achieve. So like if I go to the immunization division, you know, they do all sorts of immunization policy work, they do education, they actually help distribute vaccines, and you know, we helped come up with just one goal for them this year, which is just to improve MMR rates. Just do this one vaccine, pick a bunch of activities that all your team can work on, whether it's policy, education, or actually distribution. And then actually a lot of it's data collection now too. And then just improve those vaccine rates by 5%. And it's one of the few goals that we're actually able to, we've actually accomplished. But I do that for every single division, whether it's the Office of Suicide or water quality or whatever. We make them pick one thing.
So I think right now, like our kind of focus is, I mean, we're only a couple months old, so a lot of this is like what Dave said. It's like how do we actually make the ops around this work? You know, it's
Right.
a different kind of dev shop or whatever it is. You know, this DAO. So if check out the handbook. If you see any places or questions or places you want to add, then just go ahead and do it. That's we can do PRs and stuff like that. If you guys want to give me your GitHub users, I'll get you all added to the Raid Guild repo. And here we have just some of the current projects we're working on, some template projects like quick starters. HQ is going to be a lot of our documentation. .org is our webpage, and here's our RIPs, which are the improvement proposals. So yeah, I think it's going to be tough right now because we are kind of working on that flow. So well, you know, as much you guys are in here really early, so this is all being figured out. So
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It just would be nice to like kind of really understand like 5,000 foot view. What all are you guys working on? You know,
yes,
if you
and
could
that's
put it into
another
just
thing we're
like
working on.
three buckets. I mean, I can kind of see what's going on just by the way that you classify the people, like what your role is.
We're
So
about
that's
to do another blog post that, because even I don't, there's so many different things going on now. It's like, oh, this is cool. They're working on that over here. They're working on this over here. So we're going to try to put, I think Cooper and maybe Lucas will be working on getting together a full post about at least what like the state of the raid is, you know, and
yeah.
so
Those
that could help a little bit.
Those blog posts are tremendously helpful.
Yeah, I think that's something. It's like a lot of people want to run into projects, whether it's from a client side or from an internal side, and like they get going on that. But this is the step back and the how do we organize all this stuff so that it's smooth and easy for new people and for people to execute on things they want to work on. And that's like what will be a more long-term process and what we're kind of in the middle of right now, at the early stages at least. So, yeah. Any more questions from anyone else? Yeah, well, like guys, we want to just open this up and get thoughts and feedback from you. And if you do have any more questions about what channel is what, or like where to post things, you feel free to ping me or Deacon on this. And yeah, let's just move forward asynchronously. And
Yeah, and we'll try to think of some good first issues for you guys.
yeah, that is kind of something we've been thinking about. So we'll post them up.
The one thing that I would just like the 10 cents that I have on that regard is like I've like when I think about it, I can define all of my experience into like maybe 4 big buckets that I've done over the years. I've probably shifted platforms 4 times. You know, I started out doing C++. I shifted into web languages, and I shifted into other stuff. And recently, I've been doing Java work. So there's like as someone who's done a lot of stuff, I'm really hesitant to like take on, like you said, like Rust for like maybe like an important project. Like probably the first time I do Rust, it's not going to be the most amazing output that I've ever done. So it's not necessarily going to be like the size or complexity of tasks that I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the visibility. Like if I tackle something brand new to me, I don't want there to be the expectation that this is something that like someone wants delivered to a client who's going to pay well, right? Like
right. No, I think that's totally valid, and new members probably should look for a project that's already going or a lead that is already can help guide that, and that's something we need to work on a little bit too. But
yeah, so
you know, everything's just starting. The ball's just starting to roll, and there's, you know.
Well, I've been trying to help people get placed into things like as they come up, like as I see people's skill sets. I have like a good visibility on like what projects are and what the needs of the projects are. And so like as long as you guys are tagging yourselves fairly well within like what your skill sets are, I can feed back issues and things into you. And once we come up with a more comprehensive structure for that. But yeah, so just do the tagging of what your roles are and what your skill sets are.
And Dave, because I know that you're a dev and you like games and stuff, we've been talking about some different game stuff, so maybe we could start then with Jonathan. We could do something like, and Penguin, they've both worked on MUDs, which is crazy. We have 2 like prominent MUD people like in the entire MUD space that I didn't even realize was a space, but there's like the 2 most prominent ones are in here. So so we should definitely like think about like making a little game like that. Because those type of games, even though simple, they help onboarding, and they actually sometimes turn into something really cool. So.
Yeah.
How do I
Yeah,
tag?
and then,
How do I tag myself? And then, what do you guys recommend I make as my what do we call it? My role.
So you can have multiple roles.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you go into your user profile, hit settings.
Yeah, so down here, I guess.
Yeah, on the right there. Hit the settings. Now, hold on, my browser's weird. Oh no, maybe it's in roles. It's actually in the server.
Yeah, the way I've seen it is like if you click on someone's name, you can
Mhm.
see the roles, and then you can add a role.
Oh yeah, then you can just do that to yourself. Just find your name.
So like, what would you think? Paladin, Dave, backend dev.
Sure. I mean, that's what would clearly be my primary role.
Okay, and then I don't know if you can add your own, but you should be able to, right? Does everyone
Yeah,
have?
I think
Okay.
you can. I mean, I know I can. I have admin permissions, but why don't you guys try it and see if you can?
Yeah, and if you can't, just hit us up. We'll get it added, and we may need a new role for the analytics guys. But
Yeah, we can definitely come up with new roles. And if you can't add your roles, just ping me what you want, and I'll add it for you.
cool. Well, I think that's probably good for now, unless you guys got any more questions.
No, I'll talk to Cooper and we can lock in a date for that first newsletter. So hopefully that can help everyone kind of synthesize what's going on.
That would be
And
awesome.
then, yeah, maybe we can even keep it like more internally, but we can also just like kind of go through each project and list the needs of each one. And hopefully that'll help people kind of find a place.
Yeah, I started with that just by defining like what the scope of each project was in a pinned message. But I think that's a great next step too, Lucas, is like, what are the needs of this project? Like, do they need a JS dev? Do they need a community builder? Do they need someone on the back end? Like those things are key as well, that they happen organically, but they don't always have visibility to them. So like those content people that go through and specify help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll talk to Cooper and we'll lock in a date hopefully within the next, few weeks here.
Awesome. Sweet. And it sounds like Lauren and Dave, you guys are gonna mind meld.
Yeah,
Okay,
we did
cool.
that already. So we'll just
Awesome.
shift
Good.
gears to being about Raid Guild.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean,
Dave,
everything.
If there is any issues with your proposal, like, just hit me up and we'll work through it. Once the grace period's over, you should be able to pull out your internal funds and do a new proposal. But you're in now, so it's all, we just got to get the voting through.
Cool. All right. Anything else, guys?
Nope.
Cool.
Awesome. Sweet. Appreciate it. Take care. We'll see you in the Discord.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you guys.
See you on the battlefield.
Later.
Cheers.
Cheers.